So my guest today has been all over the place lately, and he's got a lot of insight on what's going on. Your job description says former U.S. State Department official and founder of Foundation for Freedom Online, right?
Yeah.
It's great to have you on the podcast, but I'm going to start off with a question for you. One of my friends, when I was in the Army, I was going to go Delta, and I was going to go 18 Delta, Special Forces, and that was the stepping stone to go to Vicenza, Italy. I was going to go to DLI because I speak all these languages, and I was going to go to SEER school, Anyways, my order goes to another guy. The guy is my best friend. He eventually becomes Delta. If he and I are privately together, he'll tell people, I've worked on some special operations. You'll never hear him say Delta, right? And friends that I have that say, you know, U.S. State Department official typically are CIA. Yeah. Are you CIA?
I'm not CIA.
Okay, for sure.
I can tell you if I was. No,
Okay.
but it's the same thing. It's a very flexible position. You know, I always try to tell people not to distinguish between state and CIA because of, and frankly, even in the defense sector, the diplomacy, defense, intelligence apparatus is one congealed blob. You can go from DOD to state to IC with a parallel, a parallel promotion track, totally seamlessly. It's the same job, but from a slightly different angle. It's just emphasizing one of the tools in our toolkits over another. The diplomacy one gets to wield the public-facing NGOs, gets to wield financial leverage and sanctions, negotiations, back-channeling. The IC gets to do the plausibly deniable sort of dirty work side of that, the political subversive side of the struggle. And the military does both the kinetic, but then also the civil military. And this is sort of where the Special Forces story actually comes back into the internet censorship one, in the sense that the Special Forces, part of the job that is delegated to Special Forces is shaping the information environment in order to be able to wage a counterinsurgency or to be able to prime the battlefield, to be able to influence the domestic politics so that the conditions are more favorable for the U.S. military. And so the Special Forces have played an increasingly large role in some of the operations around censorship of the internet.
Okay, so Mike, what do you know a lot about? Meaning, if I talk to Dorian Yates, he can talk muscle, bodybuilding, mass. If I talk to John Jones, technical, fighting, opponent, who goes against who? Dana White, promoting, marketing, there's specialties on who you talk to, right? What do you know a lot about?
Internet censorship.
Internet censorship. Okay. And why do you know a lot about internet censorship?
Well, I've been on this for 8 years, every day, day and night, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I started off as a corporate lawyer. I was working in Manhattan at a large law firm. I was doing corporate mergers and acquisitions and hedge funds, and sort of a weird twist of fate, I guess, kind of turned me onto the threat of social media censorship in 2016 during the Trump running for president the first time around. And I think it just connected. So I observed some things very early as a lot of this apparatus was being formed that I think maybe I still try to self-reflect on exactly how this journey got to the stage that it's at. But I had a weird experience playing chess as a kid with AI censorship. With AI chess tools sort of being able to overtake humans. And I sort of lived through that Gary Kasparov Deep Blue thing. And when I saw AI censorship tools being developed in 2016 and that they were being developed by people associated with the State Department, the CIA, and the Pentagon, I was trying to tell all my friends during the 2016 Trump run for office that this was going to do to free speech in the West what Deep Blue did to the psychic soul of the chess community when he beat Gary Kasparov. And everyone thought that was too fanciful at the time. Benz, you got to prove it. And so I set about the process of, pursuing a book and a documentary and trying to prove it. So, and then the process of proving it turned into essentially a calling. And then I worked for the White House. I was a speechwriter and a sort of tech policy advisor. And then I went to the State Department. I ran the cyber desk there, which put me, basically right at the intersection of big tech, big government and big censorship. And so I've sort of present at the creation of this, chronicling their every move, and then I sort of became a character in the story I was writing, and then I started FFO just basically a civil society free speech watchdog after I left office. Hi, this is Mike Benz. You can connect with me on Connect for any questions that you have on internet censorship, foreign policy, national security, the blob, or if you want to know what a particular institution is doing that you may have seen or have questions about in terms of its control over the information ecosystem. So connect with me on Connect.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.